Hi, everyone. This is Caroline. Thanks for joining me. Sorry, it takes a few seconds here to connect with YouTube and do all of that. So, anyway, here we are. Thanks for joining. For those who are new, I do these YouTube lives every now and then with all kinds of clearing, healing sessions, discussions. So, make sure you subscribe. It's all free. Hopefully it's helping you get through these weird times. Also, for those who are new, make sure you check out my film that's now just released on Amazon Prime. So very exciting. For those who have Prime, you can view it for free. And even if you've seen it before, watch it again. We need you to spread the word. This is such important work, as you all know. So make sure you go to Amazon Prime and check out the movie Superhuman, The Invisible Made Visible. So here we are. Guys, it's kind of a weird time. We all know that. And what's coming up now, obviously, it's the holiday season. Many people already have holiday blues without the strange this added strangeness. And so I feel like in a very strange way, this whole situation that we find ourselves in is actually healing. There is a healing component to what's actually happening. And so that's why I wanted to do this meditation and this come together at this time to maybe help those who are experiencing a lot of sadness, a lot of confusion or depression because of all the new limitations that are imposed on us during this holiday season. And so I feel like if we are able to shift our perspective and really look at things differently, and especially let go of a lot of the programming, I think we will be in a much better place. So I feel like I said a healing opportunity. Why? Because when something happens to you, of course, you all create your reality, but there are certain things happening in the world that are being imposed on us right now. You can't travel, you can't see your friends, you can't get together. The pandemics and all of that stuff. So these things that are supposedly changing our lives, the way we normally go about our lives, is triggering stuff, right? It's triggering all kinds of stuff in us. And every time something gets triggered, it's an opportunity to heal, to really understand what is happening below the surface all these years, how we have been behaving during these circumstances, and all of a sudden we can't behave in this way. And so is that triggering something else other than just, oh, I'm a little sad and lonely, that I don't get to see my family and friends, or is there something deeper? And that's what I'd like to address actually in this session, because I feel, as I'm sure many of you realize as well, there's a lot of programming with traditions and holidays in general. I feel like the real value of what these traditions mean, even what these holidays really mean, have been lost. Really, the real meaning has been lost in a way. And we are usually dragged into these kind of way of behaving and doing certain things out of habit. It's more than anything. So perhaps this is an opportunity to stop and think, do I feel sad and depressed right now because I don't get to see my family and friends during the holidays? Is it because I am sad and I feel lonely, or am I feeling that for them? Is it because they are going to be sad? When your parents or grandparents are alone during this time, are you feeling the sadness for them, or is it just for yourself? And it sounds like it may sound like it's not a huge deal, but it's a big distinction, because it could be bringing up something else in you, perhaps the sense of obligation. Is it possible that you have been going through the motion and through these habits and just following the traditions and the rules of what society expects of you out of obligation, rather than the obligation to bring this happiness to others? So obligation, we all have obligations, but when obligation starts to be self-destructive, where I'm doing this for the other person to make sure they are happy, even though I'm not so excited about it, then that is the point where obligation becomes self-destructive, and of course negative, and it doesn't work. So so there are those who are stuck in this pattern. There are others who are stuck in the pattern of wait, this is a tradition. I've been doing this. I've been coming together with my family for the last 30 years. I know people who do the same thing, over Christmas and New Year's for 30 years at a time. They get together, and it's a huge celebration for them. And what happens when you don't get to celebrate? When somebody tells you, well, guess what, you don't get to celebrate. And so it's triggering all kinds of way to adjust your life to somebody else that's imposing these rules on you. And so that is also a programming. You've programmed yourself to celebrate in this way, and if it doesn't happen, I wonder if it's not triggering more your desire to even want it, and want it even more. So when something gets taken away from you, it's like an addiction. It's like, wait, don't do that. And so all of these triggers are extremely important to address, because honestly, we have emotions. We are social beings. We are attached to other people. That's normal. But when it starts to drag us down and get us into a real sense of isolation and depression, then it starts to be detrimental to your well-being. And this is where you are now tapping into programming that needs to be worked on, that needs to be addressed, so that you can be free. So for example, of course, I'm sad that I don't get to see my family, but is that going to totally crush me? Is this going to, or is it bringing up another type of sadness, below the surface? And so all of this, if it doesn't get addressed, it's going to be applied to other areas of your life. How much of it was I doing out of obligation, just because it pleases them, not really me? I actually, after a couple of days, I'm like, I need to get out of there. How many of you feel that? So this is the authentic you. And so I feel like this is a great opportunity to bring everything back up and to really reassess the real value of what these traditions really mean to you, and who you really are, how you have been behaving this whole time during these traditions, and take charge of these emotions and decide that this isn't who you are, or this isn't how you want to be. So there's that whole individual perspective that I'd love to kind of help you with, a reprogram to get it to a place of inner peace and clarity as to what do I really want to do with this idea of tradition moving forward? Who am I really in those times when, we're imposed these rules and regulations? So there's that on the individual level, but there's also the collective. We are witnessing, maybe somehow we can find a way to balance ourselves and to be at peace with it. But there are a lot of other people who are witnessing, like I said, elderly that are finding themselves alone, and they're pouring into the collective, whether you know it or not, whether you feel it or not, whether you're conscious of it. The collective is still a pool of energy that you're drawing from, you're connected to, whether you feel it or not. And so you subconsciously, all of these emotions that others are pouring into the collective are also affecting you on some level. So I would love to address the collective also struggling with this, having to address habits and traditions and way of behavior that have been happening for hundreds and hundreds of years. Another quick thing is also the stigma. A lot of people have been living with the stigma, that the social stigma that, kind of society's expectations of you. For example, a lot of people feel like, okay, so on New Year's Eve, if I'm not with the person I love and I don't kiss that person at midnight or whatever, then I'm alone. Look at everybody else has somebody that's doing that. So what about me? So there's that whole kind of struggling with expectations from others as to how these celebrations are supposed to look like. And so this is all a lot of programming. Does it matter if it's at midnight on New Year's Eve that you get to kiss that special someone, or is it, the following weekend or 6 months later or whenever? So why? Because this type of programming keeps you in the suffering, in the comparison with others or what it should look like. And so that's the reason why the idea is to free yourself from all of this programming, what should happen, what normally happens during the holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's, and other holidays as well. But these are particularly intense right now because of what's happening. Okay. So, um, so also, I'm just reading a couple questions. I will really want to get to the meditation today, but somebody's saying, well, the New Year's approaching. Are people worried about 2021, what it will bring? The anxiety of what, first of all, the stress that 2020 brought is incredible. The changes, the chaos that the events in 2020 created was tremendous. I don't know anybody who hasn't been affected one way or another by everything that's happened in 2020. So it's almost like this expectation, is 2021 going to be better, worse, all of that. There's all kinds of questions and anxiety that comes normally with this time of year, and it's absolutely amplified with what is happening. So that's, I feel, the focus for today's meditation is to try to, first of all, let go of the patterns. So this is the very, very constructive, positive part of what's happening. Let go of the patterns of how we have been behaving. We have been dealing with traditions and holidays so far, to make sure that we don't carry those negative patterns with us moving forward, and also try to free yourself from what should happen, what needs to happen, more importantly, the expectations of what's yet to come. So that's kind of the focus today. I feel like let's just go ahead and begin the meditation, and let's intend that it is for you, it is for your loved one, for other people, and also for the collective that is affecting us every day. All right, here we go. Sit up straight with your feet flat on the floor, and close your eyes. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath. Exhale through the mouth. And again, deep breath in through the nose. Deep, deep breath. As you exhale through the mouth, quiet your thoughts, quiet your mind. Bring your focus to your heart, to this moment in time. And again, deep breath in through the nose. Deep, deep breath. Exhale through the mouth. Bring your focus to your heart. And again, deep breath in through the nose. Deep, deep breath. As you exhale through the mouth. Bring your focus to your heart. Focus on this moment in time. And say quietly in your mind, I ask and intend to create a sacred space. I ask to let go of all the distracting thoughts, distracting information, distracting energies. My intent is to let go of the old patterns and programming that keep me limited, that keep me stuck regarding holidays, traditions, celebrations. I ask to let go once and for all of this programming that is no longer serving me. And to replace it with a new alignment that helps me be free and be who I really am. Breathe in through the nose, deep, deep breath. As you exhale through the mouth, from the heart expand 360 degrees. Put yourself in a sphere of light. And imagine that this sphere of light is your sacred space. Nothing can penetrate this sacred space. Focus on the energy inside this sphere and ask to feel, see, sense, discern all the energies that are misaligned. You don't have to know what they are. Just let go. Breathe in through the nose as you exhale through the mouth. Imagine that you are purging them. You're pushing them outside your sacred space. As if you had a camera, bring it to the top of your head, pointing down inwards, as if you could look inside your body. Ask to notice to feel, see, sense, discern all misaligned energies. And say, I ask to release these energies from every cell in my body. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Again, imagine that you are purging particles of energy. They're coming out of your body, out of your sacred space. Focus on your hands and your fingers and say quietly in your mind, I ask and intend to release my feeling of belief that I don't know what to do with myself, that I feel impatient and restless and don't know how to get out of feeling limited with how much I can do. I ask to let go of this feeling and belief from every cell in my fingers, my hands, my arms, my spine, the right side of my body. I am letting go this nervousness, impatience from every cell in my body, my conscious, subconscious, and cellular memory. Breathe in through the nose. As you exhale through the mouth, again, imagine that you are purging. Particles of energy are leaving your body, leaving your hands, your fingers. Very nice. A focus on your spine and your back and say, I ask and intend to release my feeling and belief that I am not fulfilling my responsibilities during the holidays towards my family, my friends, and myself. I ask to let go of this disappointment and confusion regarding not fulfilling my responsibility from every cell in my back, my spine, my neck, my skull, my brain, again, my skull, my back, every cell in my body. Breathe in through the nose as you exhale through the mouth. Again, imagine particles of energy leaving your body, leaving your back, especially the shoulders. Focus on your spine again and say, I ask and intend to release my feeling and belief that I am limited, I am stuck with how much I can do to bring joy and happiness to others. I ask to let go of this feeling and belief that I'm stuck and limited in what I can do and how I'm supposed to bring joy to others. From every cell in my spine, my brain, my skull, again, my spine, every cell in my body. Breathe in through the nose as you exhale through the mouth. Again, imagine that you are purging particles of energy, leaving your body, leaving your body. Very nice. Again, focusing on the spine and the skull and the brain. Say, I ask and intend to release my confusion regarding my true feelings towards my human father, my human grandfather. I ask to let go of the confusion regarding my relationship with my human father and his father. From every cell in my spine, every cell in my shoulders, again, spine, skull, brain, every cell in my body. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Release and let go. Focus on your lower back. Say, I ask and intend to release my confusion regarding my true and authentic relationship to my human mother and her mother. I ask to let go of this confusion regarding my relationship with my mother from every cell in my lower back, tailbone, hips, again, lower back, kidneys, adrenals, every cell in my body, my conscious, subconscious, and cellular memory. Breathe in through the nose. As you exhale through the mouth, again, imagine particles leaving your body. Very nice. A lot of it is in the spine, which is really the peripheral nervous system. So it's kind of controls your entire body. Keep focusing on the spine and the skull and the brain. And say, I ask and intend to release my confusion regarding my true and authentic relationship to my siblings and those who don't have siblings. That applies to cousins and similar relationships. I ask to let go of my confusion regarding my relationship to my siblings from every cell in my spine, my shoulders, my brain, my skull, my neck, again, my spine, every cell in my body, my conscious, subconscious, and cellular memory. Breathe in as you exhale through the mouth. Release particles of energy and bring your focus to your feet, your toes, your feet, the bottom of your feet. and say, I ask and intend to release my confusion regarding my relationship to my children. For those who don't have children, it would be the children on the planet, others' children, the consciousness of children. Say, I ask to release my confusion regarding my relationship to children from every cell in my feet, my toes, my ankles, again, my feet, every cell in my body, my conscious, subconscious, and cellular memory. Breathe in. As you exhale, release and let go. We are letting go of programming, the part of the programming that keeps those relationships unhealthy, consciously or unconsciously. We're letting go of these patterns so they're not enhanced, amplified during this time. So we are starting over. We are cleaning up. We are healing these relationships. Focus on your stomach. Say, I ask and intend to release the confusion and negative programming regarding my relationship to my spouse or partner. This has to do with romantic relationships. I ask to let go of the negative programming, conscious or unconscious, regarding my relationship to my spouse, my partner in life. I am releasing these patterns. And for those who are single, it would be from previous and future partners. Say, I ask to release these patterns that keep me stuck and limited from every cell in my stomach, diaphragm, again, stomach, lungs, heart, again, diaphragm, sternum, stomach. I ask to release these patterns and programming from my relationship to partners and spouses, once and for all, from every cell in my body, my conscious, subconscious, and cellular memory. Breathe in. As you exhale, again, imagine all kinds of particles leaving your body, your stomach area, especially your heart center, your solar plexus. Very good. Very good. Focus on the sternum and the lungs, the rib cage. Say, I ask and intend to release my feeling and belief that I am limited, stuck because of unnecessary obligations towards family members and those around me. I ask to let go of the feeling and belief that I am limited, I'm stuck in this ritual, these habits of unnecessary obligations towards my family, partners, even work partners. I ask to let go and free myself once and for all from these old patterns and the belief that I'm suffocating, that I'm stuck and limited with all these obligations from every cell in my rib cage. Again, rib cage, lungs, my throat, esophagus, again, rib cage, lungs, sternum, again, rib cage, again, lungs, heart, from every cell in my body, my conscious, subconscious, and cellular memory. Breathe in and exhale. Again, focus on the stomach, the heart center, solar plexus. I ask and intend to release my old patterns of obligations, unnecessary obligations towards my extended family, friends, and business relations. I ask to let go once and for all of my exaggerated sense of obligation towards others from every cell in my stomach, my sternum, my lungs and rib cage, a diaphragm, a digestive system, digestive tract, again, my digestive system, my lungs, my liver, a gallbladder and liver, again, sternum and diaphragm, every cell in my body, my conscious, subconscious, and cellular memory. Breathe in and exhale. And again, imagine you are purging all these particles and leaving your body, just leaving, releasing, releasing, releasing. Very nice. Much better. And focus on your spine again, spine and skull and brain. I ask and intend to release my old patterns and belief system that keep me behaving in a habit, unconscious habit, to please others, to help others without thinking of my well-being. I ask to let go of this old programming that I must be selfless to the point of ignoring my own well-being. I ask to let go of this programming from every cell in my spine, my brain, my skull, again my skull, my jaw, again my skull, my spine, my brain, my throat, every cell in my body, my conscious, subconscious, and cellular memory. Breathe in, exhale, and again, purge, 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 purge. Very nice. So we are letting go of the old you, the one that just goes through the motion just because you're programmed that way, without making sure everything that you're doing is aligned with the others as well as yourself and with the higher plan. Very nice. Keep focusing on the shoulders and the neck and shoulders. Here we go. Say, I ask and intend to let go of my subconscious need to allow others to latch on to me, family, friends. I am letting go of the subconscious need and pattern to allow others to latch on to my physical body and my energy field so that they can feel connected, so that they can feel they're being helped by me. I am now letting go of this feeling and belief and the unconscious need to allow others, family members and friends, to latch onto me. I am letting go once and for all of this unconscious programming and need from every cell in my spine, my shoulders, again, my spine, my shoulder blades, my neck, every cell in my back, my brain, my skull, every cell in my body, my conscious, subconscious, and cellular memory. Breathe in through the nose. As you exhale through the mouth, allow these particles to just be released. Nice. Visualize a yellow and silver light. This light has to do with your identity, who you really are as an essence before your human personality. It's your true energy, your true essence. Visualize that this light brings back your true essence, your authentic way of being. Visualize this light like a ball of light coming down. Pour it into your heart very, very slowly. A ball of yellow and silver light. Always focusing on the intention. You are you're merging with the energy of the authentic you before any human programming. Bring it through your heart. Slowly, slowly visualize every cell in your chest, in your rib cage, in your throat, your stomach, slowly absorbing this light. And notice that your cells are absorbing this light they're relaxing and absorbing this light and kind of reacting like, oh, finally, this is me. This is who I really am. There's nobody else, nobody else's influence. It's who I really am, how I am perfectly aligned with who I am. Bring that energy through every cell in your chest, in your lungs, your rib cage, slowly, slowly. And imagine that others are doing the same, so that when you are becoming who you really are, they also do the same. But bring the focus back to the light being absorbed deeper and deeper into every cell in your chest, your lungs, your heart, and up through your throat, your neck and shoulders. And through the body, through your brain, your lower brain, and up. Every cell in your brain is absorbing this light. Every cell in your brain is now absorbing this light. Your skull. And now bring the light through your shoulders, your arms, slowly, slowly through your arms. And through your elbows, through your wrists, through your hands and fingers, and down through your stomach, your belly. Slowly, slowly keep visualizing every cell opening up and receiving this light on a deep, deep level. And it fills every cell in your lower back, your lower belly, your reproductive organs, your thighs, your knees, your calves and shins, your ankles and feet. And now this light fills you entirely from head to toe to the tip of your fingers. Hold that for a moment. Breathe in through the nose. Deep, deep breath. As you exhale through the mouth. Continue to allow this light to go deeper and deeper into every cell in your body. Always focusing on the intention that you are remembering, awakening your original essence prior to any programming. This is who you really are. Hold that for a moment. Focus on your heart As you continue to allow this light to go deeper and deeper into your cells, focus on the heart and say quietly in your mind, I ask and intend to be who I really am. In my relations to family, to friends, partners, and all relationships, I ask to be free of preconceived programming, negative patterns. I am letting go of others' expectations of me. As of today, as of now, I want to be free and decide for myself to maintain my relationship with others in the most aligned and healthy way. When I am free and aligned, then they will also be aligned. They will find their own freedom in this new dynamic. I ask to trust that this new dynamic in my relationships will keep me healthy, happy, and I will be able to bring more happiness, more joy, more freedom to others because I am my true, authentic self. This will help others also find their true, authentic self. Breathe in through the nose as you exhale through the mouth. Bring your focus back to your heart. Visualize this light filling your entire body. And even wrap it around your body, giving you a sense of protection and safety and confidence that moving forward, you are detached in a healthy way from the human programming and expectations regarding holidays, regarding obligations. You are free. Visualize this protective shield around you. And once again, focusing on the heart, say, I ask to create a new idea of what celebration may look like. Celebration of my relationships, all relationships. I ask to create and co-create new ways of connecting, coming together, celebrating our connection in a creative, fun, stimulating, adventurous way. My new reality and the one I co-create with others will be fresh, clean, joyful, effortless, and always aligned with who I really am, my true authentic feelings, with who they really are, and always aligned with the higher purpose of why I have come to the earth at this moment in time, why we are all here at this moment in time. This new dynamic, this new way of relationships will always be guided by the divine energy of Source. So we are all in perfect alignment, in perfect harmony, in perfect joy, in the present moment, and moving forward. And so it is. Breathe in through the nose. As you exhale through the mouth, bring your focus to your heart. Continue to feel this energy going through you and around you. You should be feeling a lot of joy, a lot of excitement, and also kind of like a solid feeling of being centered and solid and anchored and just really good. I hope that's what you feel, because that's what I see. That's what I'm projecting. So I'm hoping that this meditation helped you let go of the old and refocus your energy in what you are creating for yourself and with others, moving forward, especially the next few weeks and into the future. I hope this has been helpful, and I appreciate you coming together. Please share this with your friends, and I look forward to coming together next time. Thanks, everyone.